What's up, everybody? How are you? Hi, guys. What's up? What's up? Good to see you guys again. I see Muhammad is there. Wonderful. I see Shiba, Jyoti, Dheere, Dhanesh, Ankit. Awesome, guys. Harshita is also there. Good, good, good. Avni, Naveen, Bhumika, Ajita, Barna is there. Abhinav is there. How are you guys doing? How is the Thursday looking for you guys? How's it? Very good morning. Difference between consortium and cartel. Awesome. Good, Avni. You have a question? Till people are joining, I'll answer that question for you. What is the difference between a consortium and a cartel? Is very simple. Okay. So consortium is basically when two or more companies come together for a particular project. Okay. We call it a consortium. Okay. अभी कार्टेल क्या होता है? कार्टेल is something that is created for the sole purpose of benefiting that particular group of companies. कार्टेल में क्या होता है? एक हम गुट बना लेते हैं, राइट? कार्टेल इज मोर इनटू अ नेगेटिव लाइट कि कार्टेल क्या होता है. सो बेसिकली सर्टेन बिग कंपनीज, सब लोग नहीं होता. देखो कंसोर्शियम में व्हाट हैपेंस इज, कंसोर्शियम में इवन द स्मॉलर कंपनीज कैन कम टुगेदर एज वन एंड वर्क फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर प्रोजेक्ट. कार्टेल में बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज कम टुगेदर फॉर्म अ ग्रुप सो दैट दे कैन डोमिनेट देयर पोजीशन. ठीक है. बड़ी बड़ी कंपनीज व्हेन दे कम टुगेदर टू डोमिनेट द मार्केट, वी कॉल इट कार्टेल. कंसोर्शियम छोटी कंपनीज भी कर सकती हैं. दिस इज हाउ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग. ओके. Strategic responses to the environment is, you do not understand strategic responses to environment, फटाफट से we'll do that. कोई issue नहीं है. I can help you with that as well. See, very good morning. All of those who are saying good morning, a very good morning to you. I am doing great. Hope you guys are also doing good. Right? Cool. So now understand this thing. अच्छा, so strategic responses very quickly, बहुत आसान है. We studied strategic responses दो type के, internal strategic responses, and we also studied holistic strategic responses. Okay. Now, when I talk about internal strategic responses, is something that I do internally, right? When I do something internally, that can be administrative, it can be competitive, or it can be, you tell me, what are the three internal strategic responses? Quickly, let us revise in the next 2 minutes. What are the internal strategic responses to business environment? First is administrative, competitive. What is the third one? Oh, thank you, Ankit. You like my floral T-shirt? I also like it. Probably it was white. ये मेरी मम्मी ने नील लगा के blue कर दिया. Earlier it was white. अभी क्या कर सकते हैं, right? Quickly, tell me. So we have a collective, absolutely. Internal and holistic. Internal में we had administrative, we had competitive, and we had collective responses. क्या होता है? Administrative is simple. Administrative is something that I change from my administrative, the way I do business. If I change the way I do business, that is administrative response. भाई environment में कुछ change हो गया, something changes in the environment and I change the way I do things because there is change in the environment. That is called administrative response. Second क्या है? Second is competitive. What I do, I create a competitive advantage. Something changes, I find an opportunity in the environment. I create a competitive advantage. I create something which is very unique. मैं अपने competitor से कुछ बहुत different कर लेता हूँ, and then I sell it to the customer at a higher price. That is called competitive advantage. Number 3 was collective. अब अकेले, if I'm not able to achieve something alone, right? So what I'll do is I'll form partnerships. With different companies in form of joint venture कर सकते हैं, consortia कर सकते हैं. अगर मैं बहुत बड़ी company हूँ, I can also create a cartel. Like you were absolutely right. Oil companies का OPEC countries हैं, right? All producing and emerging companies. You have OPEC, right? You have OECD, right? OECD is a cartel, or is like, these are companies. These are big nations. All producing nations come together and form to dominate a particular industry. उसको ये लोग cartel बोलते हैं. That is what a cartel can be, right? Awesome. Then we have perceiving the needs of the external environment and catering to them, satisfying the expectation and demands of clientele group is called what, Pranjal? What is it called? Perceiving the needs of external environment. What it can be called a lot of things. Where are you coming this from? Satisfying the you're asking the question from the study material, is it? Right, Pranjal, give me options. Give me options. हम तो MCQ करते हैं. Foundation में you have MCQs. Give me options. I'll tell you the right answer. Right? Okay, till Pranjal is giving me options, let me quickly revise holistic response. Acha, internal response, I understand something that I change internally. Holistic response kya hai? Holistic response is overall. Sabse first, number one is least resistance. I do not care about what is happening in the environment. I will do what I want to do. Even if it is good or bad for me, I will not change my way of doing business. That is called least resistance. Nokia, BlackBerry, MTNL, right? And like these are the companies which have like done least resistance as a holistic strategy to business change. Bhai, hame nahi badalna, whatever may come. That is what least resistance is. Number two is basically what is number two? What does Airtel do? It is proceed with caution, right? एक वो लोग हैं जो बहुत लेजी हैं, कुछ काम नहीं करना चाहते थे, ऐसे कि I don't want to change how the things are. Even if the business is changing, I will not change. That is what least resistance is. The second strategy is boss. Second strategy is proceed with caution. We will change. I will change with times. I want to change with times, but slowly and steadily. जैसे things will come to me, like as and when the opportunity and threat will come to me, I will understand that opportunity, I will understand that threat, and then decide my strategy. Then I will change my business strategy. That is called proceed with caution. That is what Airtel does. Then number three is disrupt the economy, right? Number three is disrupt the economy, disrupt the market. That thing is what Jio does, right? Jio आया, सब कुछ free दे दो, internet free, phone free, laptop free, SIM card free, unlimited call, international call free. They are coming and they're changing the environment. These companies, these strategies are not to respond. These are not to respond to the environment. These are more concerned about changing the environment as a whole. अपने competition को beat करने के लिए is what this strategy is done, like Jio is doing, right? Correct. This is from study material, Pranchal, right? Absolutely. A reciprocal agreement, B, interdependent process, C, management process, D, interaction process. It's interaction process, right? So perceiving the needs of the external environment and then responding. It's called interaction. आप समझ रहे हो and then you're reacting to it, right? Awesome. Holistic strategic responses are macro factors. Not necessarily, but ideally, yes. Essentially, क्या होता है? They are more focused on macro factors, but it is not just कि सिर्फ macro पे ही काम करते हैं. Holistic is an overall thought process. ठीक है? I'll give you a classic example. How do you identify if a particular response to a strategy by a company is holistic, या वो holistic है, या फिर वो आपका is it internal, right? I'll give you a classic example. Think about this. Now your parents, now आपके मम्मी पापा बोलते हैं कि you cannot go out at night. ठीक है? So your parents are saying कि 8 बजे के बाद after 8 p.m. you cannot leave the house. Now there can be 3 holistic approaches that you can look into. ठीक है? Now you can say, yeah, least resistance. I do not. ठीक है, जो है सो है. मम्मी पापा ने बोल दिया, तो ठीक है, नहीं जाएंगे. That is least resistance. Okay. Now second is your Airtel वाला thing, right? What does Airtel do? Airtel क्या कर रहा है? Airtel बड़ी simple चीज कर रहा है. That is what you can also do. Proceed with caution. You will start convincing your parents. आप कभी कुछ उनके लिए अच्छा करो. You bring a gift for them. You do some work for them. घर का कुछ काम करोगे. You will do some household work, and then you will try to convince them. That is proceed with caution. Number 3, what Jio is doing is holistic approach में they're saying आपको जो करना है कर लो, मैं तो जाऊंगा, right? That is what Geo does. That is disrupting. That is what like aggressive strategy is. Now, under each of these holistic strategies, you can have, let's say, proceed with caution. Now you're doing proceed with caution. What are you doing? You can either use any of the three internal strategies within proceed with caution. या तो आप कहोगे चलो administrative strategy कर. So my overall, my holistic strategy is I will have to proceed with caution. I will influence my parents to allow me to go after 8 p.m. That is my holistic. Overall idea मेरा ये है. अभी how do I achieve that? I will achieve that using internal strategies. Yeah. Either I will do administrative strategy या फिर मैं आपका competitive strategy करूंगा, or I'll go with collective strategy. So what I'll do, number one, administrative हो सकता है, change the way I do things. So what I'll do is, ठीक है, I'll say I'll not go at the night, but ठीक है, you gift me something, you buy me a laptop. I will agree to what you're saying, but you buy me a laptop. अभी what I'm doing, administrative, I'm changing the way I do things. उसके ऊपर रह के नहीं, I'm just trying to influence them. Obviously, I know मैं बोलूंगा लैपटॉप दिला दो, they'll say नहीं लैपटॉप बहुत महंगा है, you can go outside, but 8 की जगह come back by 9 p.m. Okay, I'm changing the way I do business. Second is competitive. So what you do, you start comparing yourself with your sibling कि अरे भैया तो जाते हैं, अरे दीदी तो जाती है, अरे छोटी वाली बहन जाती है, अरे छोटा भाई जाता है, मुझे भी जाने दीजिए. You start creating a competitive environment, right? And to convince, आपकी holistic strategy is to convince them. Proceed with caution. Within that, you can use your internal. Administrative कर सकते हो, competitive कर सकते हो, या collective कर सकते हो. Collective strategy. What is collective? Joint venture, partnership, consortium. You'll call up your friend and tell them, यार मम्मी को phone करके please try convince her कि I'm going with you. We will not do something like very like different or something that is apattijanak to them or that they feel is wrong. You call them. So you call up 3-4 friends and tell them to call your parents. You're working together. Collectively, you're planning to influence, to convince your parents, right? So under a holistic strategy of, let's say, least of proceed with caution, you can use any of the one internal strategies, right? Does this help you understand आपका holistic internal strategy, right? My name should be in feedback form. I raised a request yesterday. Abhi change आना तो चाहिए, right? What is dynamic response? We just studied, Sangeeta, dynamic response, changing everything in the environment. You want to change things in the environment is what strategic response is, right? That is what strategic response is. Cool. Got it. Any questions? Cartel means reputed companies consulting with each other. Yes, big companies, reputed companies coming together to dominate the industry, to dominate a particular sector, right? Which environment is close to business and affects its capacity to work? That is micro. Micro environment is closer to business, right? Owners, board of directors, employees are specific or non-specific elements of the organization. See, there are two things to it. They can either be, they're very specific when I talk about internal environment. They're non-specific when I talk about external environment, right? So it really depends on what the question asks me. Right? Okay. Sure, Bhumika, there's a question that is coming from study material, I think. So a single word that best describes today's environment is change. I think change is the only constant, right? Administrative response is how you change your way of doing business, Ayushi, okay? Sure. I have uploaded my notes, chapter 1 and 2 are uploaded. Administrative very quickly, I'll give you another example and then we'll start with chapter 3, right? So administrative response का simple क्या है? Let's say you are let's say गोलगप्पा वाला, okay? Now you are a गोलगप्पा seller, you are a puchka seller, you are a water ball seller, आप जो भी उसको बुलाते हैं, right? Whether it's puchka or whether it's golgappa, whatever you know about it. So that, let's say you are a seller of golgappa. Now what you understand is business environment change हो रहा है. People are becoming health conscious. People are becoming hygienic. They want hygiene. Even if they're eating golgappa on the road, they want hygiene. उनको ये नहीं चाहिए गंदे हाथ हो. There should be a proper plate. There should be paper napkin there. हाथ धोने के लिए you should give them some water or something, right? So people want that. You see the customer preference is changing. So how do you change your business to meet the change of business environment is you do an administrative strategic response. That means you change the way you do your business. So let's say you have a golgappa stall. Now you start wearing gloves. You have kept a water tank to wash for them to wash hands. You're giving them paper napkins. You have created a very neat place, neat table, neat like jar where the water is, right? So you keep your surroundings clean. आसपास आपने dustbin रख दिया है. So this is how you're responding. Even the smallest of the businesses are responding to business change. सिर्फ टाटा अंबानी को देख के क्यों देख रहे हो? Even the smallest people are doing business. They are responding to the changes. Right? So COVID के बाद everyone wants थोड़ा सा hygiene, थोड़ा सा हाथ कम लगे, right? So that is how you are also changing. You're administrative. That means you're changing the way you do your business as a response to a change in environment. Environment includes customer. Customer के अंदर we have customer preference. A customer preference को देखते हुए you are changing something, right? It can be any factor in the environment. यहाँ पे I'm just giving an example from customer preference. Okay. How is the answer? Change, because business means change. Technology हो गया, आपका all other things like persistence, profit making. These are all elements of business. A single technology is changing, profit making is changing, right? Profit making is not just making money; it's about doing better for the planet and people. Sustainable development is what we studied, right? So business का मतलब ही change है. Price sensitivity of the market, that means very simple. Mohammed, price sensitivity क्या है? Price sensitivity? बहुत simple है. Price बढ़ाओगे, if you increase the prices, people will buy less of your product. If you decrease the prices, बहुत सस्ता सामान बेच रहे हो, more people will buy your product. So price sensitivity of the market यही है, right? Absolutely. Elements of macro environment, sir. हमने 2.5 घंटा macro environment पढ़ा है. How do I conclude that? You will have to refer to the previous session. Mayur, yaar, I'm honest. I don't want to misguide you. I have no clue about the education, आपका declaration form for examinations. Please check with your friends what they are doing. Right? Talk to some of your friends who are actually doing that. Syllabus I can help you. I don't want to misguide you, right? नहीं पता तो ये कि what do you do with the declaration form for examinations, right? The best source what I used to do is talk to your friends. सब लोग को same problem आ रही होती है, right? Absolutely. Great. Pranjal, we'll come to your question, but we need to start chapter 3 today. We'll come to your question after chapter 3. थोड़ा chapter 3 भी शुरू कर लेते हैं. Otherwise, we will be way too off our target, right? So boys and girls, आज we'll also start with chapter number 3, which is again very interesting, बहुत मजेदार है, wherein we'll study business organizations. ठीक है, businesses के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. अभी तक हम बात करें what is the business, what is profit making, environment क्या है, respond कैसे करें. Today we'll study about around very, very good organizations, very big organizations, very new organizations, both from India and from the world, right? इंडिया की कंपनीज की बात करेंगे, वर्ल्ड की कंपनीज की बात करेंगे, कुछ बड़ी कंपनीज की बात करेंगे, कुछ नई कंपनीज की बात करेंगे, right? We'll talk about all of these companies, right? Okay. You can drop your questions. I have added this thing. If you have any questions, do send these questions here. They will reach me. If you have any questions, we'll try to answer all of those. And do engage in the live chat. Feedback form में मेरा नाम होना चाहिए. I have requested that. अगर नहीं है, I'll get it added again. Right. So fill up that. Tell me what is going good. अच्छी बातें भी लिखना. Or if you have some questions or something that I need to improve, do let me know. Cool. Okay. Now think about this. Why is this chapter even in the syllabus? मुझे तो बिल्कुल समझ नहीं आया आज तक कि भाई ये chapter syllabus में डाला ही क्यों? I really never understood till the time I was preparing for these sessions that why is this chapter in the syllabus? Okay. A very cool thing I'll tell you why. बहुत जरूरी है to understand that what is happening. Okay. Now what is happening is simple. Business decisions are being taken on a daily basis. Okay. Business decisions रोज लिए जा रहे हैं. Business decisions are being taken daily relating to mergers and acquisitions, private equity, stock markets, even the corporate plan. ये सब chartered accountants कर रहे हैं. Once you become a chartered accountant, क्या होगा? That all the business decisions related to finance, related to strategy, they start coming to you. Acquisition की, mergers के. Now, Ashneer Grover is going out of Bharat पे. उसकी valuation कैसे होगी? उसकी equity shares क्या है? उसकी equity shares का क्या होगा? How will the company work? How will the company's finances will be? Stock market position, उसको IPO लाना है. We have to look at private equity, mergers and acquisitions. Do we merge it with some other company? Do we sell our company? All these things are done by finance professionals, which includes chartered accountants. Very important to understand companies. It is very important to understand भाई ये company होती कैसे है? How does it start? How big is it? What do I do with this company? So whenever you go into stock market, whenever you go into private equity, whenever you go into mergers and acquisition, taxation, corporate planning, business finance, financial planning analysis, FP&A में जाते हो, audit में जाते हो, statutory audit जाते हो, internal audit जाते हो, you need to understand the business, boss, right? बिना business समझे अगर Excel की 2-4 Excel file you work on, that will not help you at all. You need to understand the business A to Z. वो business करता क्या है? वो business है किसका? Who owns that? Who manages that? What is the history? What is the ranking of that business? इस business की portfolio क्या है? What all businesses does this company do? बजाज ऑटो है, बजाज फाइनेंस है, बजाज इंश्योरेंस है, बजाज का ये है, बजाज का वो है, टाटा का ये है, बिरला का वो है. You have to understand all of these things. And that is why this chapter is super duper important and interesting, right? That is exactly why this chapter is in the syllabus, right? Cool. Okay, who occupies central position in marketing environment, consumer or customer? It has to be consumer. Cool. What is acquisition? Acquisition and mergers. Acquisition is acquiring, खरीदना. किसी और कंपनी को acquire कर लेते, खा लेते हैं. That is acquisition, right? Cool. Now, why? Okay, so now what should they be able to understand? Now, अभी क्या है? इस chapter में what will we understand? When I talk about all these companies, we'll go through all these companies. What should you understand? हम लोग क्या पढ़ेंगे? We will understand the basic information of the company, right? Its philosophy. Vision समझेंगे, उसका mission समझेंगे. Why is it even doing that business? अब मुझे पैसा कमाना है, मुझे पता है. I know every business is there to earn profits, but the inherent logic, यही वाला business क्यों कर रहे हो? Why is Bajaj doing auto business? Bajaj जाके कोई restaurant क्यों नहीं खोला? Bajaj ने, why did Bajaj go into Bajaj Auto? What is his or her vision? What is that company's vision? What is that company's mission, right? Why are they doing what they are doing? Why not something else? That is what its philosophy is. Why are you doing chartered accountancy? Why not engineering, right? That is your philosophy. You think, yeah, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do. This is what I want to achieve. That is your philosophy. ऐसे ही every organization has a philosophy कि नहीं मुझे restaurant नहीं खोलना, मुझे गाड़ियां बनानी. I want to make cars. I want to make two-wheelers. I want to make scooters. I want to make bicycles. I want to make motorcycles. Why? Because that is what I see my future in. That is what I see potential in, right? That is what I think I'm good at. and I can deliver the best in the market. That is a business's philosophy. We'll get to know about its management. भैया owner कौन है, CEO, CFO, who are they, who are managing this massive company? Its history, we'll understand its history. भाई कहाँ से आई है, कहाँ जा रही है, right? We'll understand its history. Where is it coming from? Where is it going, right? कहाँ से शुरू हुई? When did it start? Where did it start? Where is it headed? Portfolio समझेंगे. What is portfolio? Portfolio is what all businesses does it do, right? ये कौन से businesses करती है? What are the portfolio, right? इसका portfolio क्या है? This is what all kinds of businesses it does, right? That is its portfolio. For example, Tata का portfolio क्या है? Tata makes everything on earth, right? Salt से लेके गाड़ी तक, salt बनाते हैं, car तक बनाते हैं, Air India भी चलाते हैं. They are also running aeroplanes now. So that is their portfolio. What all businesses does it do? We'll also understand organization in the news. Latest news क्या है उस business के बारे में? We'll study that, right? Latest news in terms of आज की date की नहीं, because the syllabus is prepared for May 2022. Latest आपको current affairs नहीं पढ़ने हैं. What is there in the study material? Only that. What is there in the study material? Only that. Now a few questions that come are, right? A few questions that come to your mind are, क्या पूरा याद रखना पड़ेगा? Do I have to remember names? Do I have to remember date? Do I have to remember the portfolio? What all businesses does it do? Do I have to remember name of all the companies, all the rankings? The answer is yes. From examination perspective, the harsh truth is, ma'ams and sirs, yes, याद रखना पड़ेगा. But you will say यार इसमें फिर क्या concept हुआ? जब याद ही करना है तो why do I study this? Okay. So my thought process is, why is it important is because certain things you need to remember so that your brain needs to have a little memory so that you become smarter when you talk to people, right? If I know who is the owner of let's say XYZ company and I'm talking to someone and we are talking about businesses and I say आपने जमनालाल बजाज का नाम सुना है? You have heard about Jamnalal Bajaj. He started his company in Rajasthan 50 years back. He started with 10,000 rupees. Now look at his business. He's making 10,000 crore rupees per year, right? Now think about this. I'm using names, I'm using place, I'm using a date. 50 years पहले जमनालाल बजाज ने राजस्थान में शुरू किया. I'm just giving an example, okay? Now you have to remember these things. It makes you smarter. It makes you more. It helps you start conversations, and that is so important. That is why I think this chapter is very important, not just from syllabus, but from your personal growth, from your, let's say you are articleship में जाते हो, you go for interviews for your articleship after completing foundation, क्या होगा? You will be smarter because of this chapter, because you know businesses, right? If you are asked about an audit question, you say, yeah, I know what the philosophy, the vision and mission of this company is. This is what it does. Probably this is what I can check from their books. This is what I would want to check about their books because I know they do these 10, the portfolio of the businesses, these 10 things. So I think these are the two top things they work in. We can audit those, right? I think how smarter you become, how good a conversation you can have with people who are senior, with people who are like interest in finance and business, right? This chapter will help you understand that. This will give you an idea कि भाई आप क्या क्या पढ़ सकते हो in business, in strategy, in management, right? This is why MBAs are always seen as कि अरे वो तो MBA है. They are doing this only. यही कर रहे हैं वो लोग. This is exactly what they're doing, right? They're studying about businesses. They're studying what a business does, what are the strategies it is doing. And then we crave कि भाई MBA को क्यों इतना ज़्यादा value करें? Because they're studying these things which are more relevant. So that is why these things are added into the syllabus, right? We are obviously have vast and wider knowledge in terms of audit, taxation, IFRS, Ind AS, सब कुछ हमको आता है. Now add this thing to your that knowledge. You will become one of the smartest people, right? This is exactly what it is. Okay, cool. Now, when I talk about businesses, when I talk about why chartered accountants are doing, chartered accountants तीन चीज की help करते हैं. They give financial advice, they give marketing advice, and they give managerial advice, right? पैसे से related advice दे रहे हैं, पैसे से related advice दे रहे हैं, marketing advice दे रहे हैं कि how will your corporate look in terms in the market, valuation क्या है, right? इसकी valuation क्या है, right? If I go and say कि आज let's say Flipkart is for $45 billion, Credit is worth $7 billion, आपका Byju's is $100 billion. I'm creating a valuation, I'm creating a marketing for them कि इतनी बड़ी कंपनी हो गई, कुछ अच्छा ही करती होगी, right? Managerial advice, they give them managerial advice. What should a CEO do? What should a CFO do? CFO क्या करता है? CFOs are, majority of the CFOs in India are chartered accountants. Okay, majority of CFOs of almost all companies in India are chartered accountants. They're giving managerial advice कि भाई how to manage the finance of the company. That is why this chapter is also important, right? Great. Now, this is very crucial from even from an examination perspective. कि भैया what are the different roles that a chartered accountant CA plays in business? ठीक है. Abhi, as a chartered accountant, when you become a chartered accountant, you go into industry or you start your own practice. आपके पास चार तरीके का काम आ सकता है from a business perspective, from a management perspective, from a strategy perspective, right? Apart from audit, taxation, apart from financial advisory, apart from accounting, what are the different works, different jobs, different roles you can play after becoming a chartered accountant? These are certain things that you can also explore. And this only comes from strategy and management side of the business, right? Not from the finance side, more on the strategy and business side. First is budget analyst. Second is financial analyst, management analyst, and market research analyst. ठीक है, आप budget analyst बन सकते हैं, financial analyst बन सकते हैं, management analyst बन सकते हैं. You can also become a market research analyst. ये होता क्या है? What does a budget analyst do? What does a financial analyst do? Management analyst क्या करता है? Market research analyst करता क्या है? Right? Valuation means monetary value of the company. That is right, Bhumika. That is right. Can a CA become CEO? Absolutely yes, they can. Go and search Zensar Technologies का CEO कौन है? He's a chartered accountant. HUL Hindustan Unilever Limited के CEO chairman is a chartered accountant, right? So a lot of people, I'm just giving you a few examples. Okay, CFO is Chief Financial Officer. Yes, we had that topic. वो भी पढ़ेंगे. But what is a budget analyst? ठीक है, budget क्या है? Budget is simple. जो बजट में हेल्प करे, बजटिंग में हेल्प करे, दैट इज बजट एनालिस्ट. कि बेसिकली बजट एनालिस्ट इज टेलिंग यू कि प्रिपेयर अ बजट एंड डेवलप फोरकास्ट बेस्ड ऑन एक्सपेंडिचर ट्रेंड्स. सो बजट एनालिस्ट से बॉस योर बिजनेस इन द नेक्स्ट 3 years विल नीड 50 crore rupees, right? Because 15 crore रुपए पर साल is what your expenses are. So for the next 3 years you will need 45 crores plus 5 crores up ले लो miscellaneous, right? So in the next 3 years you will need 50 crores. This kind of an analysis, this kind of a work for a business unit is what budget analysts do, right? देखने में बहुत आसान है, it is a very tough job, okay? They do not make decisions. These people, budget analyst का अगर आप काम करोगे, you will not be responsible for taking decision analysis. This is what the position is, this is how the business will look, but you are not making any decision, right? You only add value to the decision maker, right? By giving such information about budget and forecast. Forecast means future की position, right? In future आप कहाँ होगे, how will the future of the company look like from a financial perspective is what a budget analyst does. They are not making decisions, they are only adding value to the decision makers, right? What financial analysts, they work on micro and macro factor, right? यहाँ देखो क्या होता है, financial analysts, they work on micro and macro factors They understand industry vitalities, what is happening in the industry, and they offer business recommendations. They offer business recommendations and help with course of direction. फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट क्या करता है? फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट पूरा एनालाइज करता है. देयर कॉल्ड, जैसे सिक्योरिटी एनालिस्ट है, इक्विटी एनालिस्ट है, इन्वेस्टमेंट एनालिस्ट बोलते हैं और रेटिंग एनालिस्ट बोलते हैं इन लोगों को. व्हाट दे डू इज they analyze the entire environment, they analyze the entire industry to see कि क्या opportunity है, कैसे business को steer किया जाए, how do I decide a course of direction, right? They help with course of direction कि let's say what are they doing. Financial analyst क्या कर रहा है? Financial analyst कह रहा है कि boss I see potential. So see, Tata Motors के अंदर, Tata Motors, let's say I'll take an example of Tata Motors. टाटा मोटर्स के अंदर फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट बैठे हैं. फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट इज सेइंग, बॉस ईवी इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स का जमाना आ गया है, इट इज टाइम ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स, अंडरस्टैंडिंग इंडस्ट्री वाइटैलिटीज, इंडस्ट्री में इलेक्ट्रॉनिक व्हीकल का जमाना आ गया है. सो द बिजनेस रिकमेंडेशन इज वी स्पेंड मोर मनी ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट इन ईवी. सो अगर टाटा मोटर्स इज मेकिंग 10,000 crore per year, they saying, boss 25% ईवी में इन्वेस्ट करना शुरू कर दो फॉर द नेक्स्ट 5 years, बिकॉज ये बहुत बड़ी मार्केट होने वाली है. दिस इज व्हाट फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट डज. दिस इज व्हाट फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट डज, राइट? ओके, मैनेजमेंट एनालिस्ट. मैनेजमेंट एनालिस्ट क्या करता है? दे वर्क विद बिजनेस लीडर्स, फोकस इन बिजनेस एफिशिएंसी एंड प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी. दे टेक डिसीजंस, राइट? दे टेक डिसीजंस. मैनेजमेंट एनालिस्ट क्या करता है? सीईओ सीएफओ के साथ बैठता है. दे टेक डिसीजंस, राइट? यहाँ पे बजट एनालिस्ट इज नॉट टेकिंग डिसीजन, फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट इज नॉट टेकिंग डिसीजन, दे आर जस्ट ऑफरिंग रिकमेंडेशन. बजट एंड फाइनेंशियल एनालिस्ट सिर्फ ऑफर कर रहे, दिस इज व्हाट यू कैन डू, दिस इज व्हाट विल बी राइट, ये करना चाहिए, वो कर सकते हैं, ये कर सकते हैं, बट डिसीजन नहीं ले रहे. दे आर नॉट सेइंग कि ये करो, दे आर सेइंग ये कर सकते हैं. मैनेजमेंट एनालिस्ट वर्क्स विद बिजनेस लीडर्स, सीईओ सीएफओ, ठीक है, वीपी, वाइस प्रेसिडेंट, प्रेसिडेंट के साथ काम करते हैं. दे वर्क विद बिजनेस लीडर्स एंड दे टेक डिसीजंस विद देम, एंड दे टेक डिसीजंस विद देम. फोकस इज बिजनेस एफिशिएंसी एंड प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी. देयर फोकस इज बिजनेस एफिशिएंसी, बिजनेस अच्छे से हो और पैसा कमाए, राइट? दे आर आल्सो कॉल्ड मैनेजमेंट कंसल्टेंट्स. Management analyst is also called management consultant because they're consulting, they're working with business leaders. Okay, last one is market research analyst. भैया नाम से ही पता चल, market research analyst market को research करता है, right? Identify the customer trends and preferences, answers the question who will buy and at what price. ये important, ये देखिए. So market research analyst क्या करता है? Market research analyst sees कि what are the new customer trends and preferences, what is happening in the industry. Customer को, हमारे जो customer है, I am an existing business, I have set of customers, what are their preferences, boss, what are their trend, वो चाहते क्या हैं, and they answer the question who will buy and at what price, कौन खरीदेगा and at what price. So for potential of product or service, for example, there is a company called X, ठीक है, एक कंपनी है X which is making shoes, right? Which is making shoes. So अभी market research analyst of X company क्या बोलता है कि I am identifying customer trends and preferences. आजकल लोगों को sneakers बहुत पसंद है, right? So what they're saying is people want sneakers, even boys and girls, right? Even girls are wearing sneakers these days, right? So they're identifying customer trend and preference कि भाई market double हो गई. पहले girls used to wear sandals and chappals, boys used to wear shoes. Now everyone is wearing sneakers. Even the girls are wearing sneakers, even the boys are wearing sneakers. So this is a new opportunity. They're identifying the customer trend. Now answering the question who will buy. Now sneakers, who will buy? Kids from 15 to let's say 30 years तक. 15 to 30 सब लोग sneakers खरीदेंगे, both male and female. Right? This is what this is what they're doing. Who will buy? They're answering this question कि भाई who will buy? Right? Right? Who will buy? That is a male and female. Correct? Now think about this. at what price. Now they understand कि भाई हमारी कंपनी का the average price, if I keep 1,000 rupees, I will have 10 lakh shoes sold. If I keep 1,500 rupees, I see only 7 lakh shoes being sold, right? तो मुझे क्या समझ आया कि this is more beneficial or this is more beneficial, right? This decision is taken by market. Now this is what market research analyst gives. Decision management analyst लेगा. Decision will be taken by business leaders. Market research का एक analysis बनाकर market research market research analyst will give, right? Who will buy at what price and what is the potential of the product and service, right? Cool. Priyanka, what is sneakers? आपके sport shoes होते हैं आपके, right? Budget and financial analyst easy है. Budget सिर्फ forecast बनाता है. Financial analyst देखो कितना सारा काम कर रहे हैं. Right? Understanding industry vitalities, करना क्या है, course of direction क्या होना चाहिए, how does the finances look, पैसा कहाँ से आएगा, पैसा कहाँ जाएगा, किसको कितना पैसा देना है, कितना इंटरेस्ट लेना है, कहाँ इन्वेस्ट करना है. All this is financial. All of this is done by financial analyst. Budget analyst सिर्फ expenditure को देखता है, सिर्फ खर्चा देखता है. Budget analyst, financial analyst looks after everything related to finance. Right? Any questions? Any questions? I'm just refreshing your. Okay, let me just refresh the chat. Ask your questions if you have any doubts. If you have any doubts, ask that. Any questions? What is a good decision, 1,000 or 1,500? That the business will decide. This financial analyst looks only on the financial crisis of the management, not just crisis, everything related to finance they look at, right? Everything finance is what they work on, everything finance is what their area of expertise is, okay? Not just crisis, not just crisis management की कुछ गड़बड़ होगी तो देखेंगे. Everything finance is what they look into. रेटिंग एनालिस्ट सेम काम है. रेटिंग एनालिस्ट का भी वही काम है, जस्ट रेटिंग द कंपनीज बेसिस देयर क्रेडिबिलिटी, राइट? रेटिंग क्या होता है? आप क्रेडिट कार्ड लेते हो, आपको रेटिंग मिलती है. वैसे ही बिजनेसेस की रेटिंग, द एनालिस्ट, द पीपल हु आर डूइंग बिजनेसेस की रेटिंग कि कौन सी कंपनी कितनी अच्छी है इन टर्म्स ऑफ गिविंग बैक लोन्स, दैट इज व्हाट रेटिंग एनालिस्ट डज. मयूर, एक्विजिशन इज खरीदना, किसी और कंपनी को अक्वायर करना, राइट? सिंपल इंग्लिश सर. अक्वायर करना क्या होता है? अक्वायर कर रहे हैं, एक्विजिशन है, राइट? we'll have certain quiz, but first concept पढ़ लेते हैं. 2-3 very important concepts coming up next, right? Among them who can take decisions, only management consultant, management analyst के पास सबसे ज्यादा power है to take decisions. So how many marks is chapter 3 secure in examination? There is no weightage to any chapter, sir, or ma'am, right? There is no weightage to any. Every chapter is equally important. Weightage business may or may not take consultants. It's its choice. Now these kind of 4 roles जरूरी नहीं है, आप कोई भी मत रखो. It depends on your business. You do not keep any of those people in your business. You think you can take your decisions yourself, आप ले लीजिए, आप कर लीजिए. There is no mandatory thing in any business. कुछ जरूरी नहीं है किसी business में. It depends on how you want to do your business, right? Whatever works for your business, that is it. There is no mandate कि इसी को रखना है. You have to keep this particular person. You have to keep a market research analyst or a management consultant. Not necessary. Not necessary at all. Cool. Can it see you take decisions itself? Yes. This PPT I will upload after today's session. Sensitize क्या होता है? Sensitize क्या होता है? Sensitize means to sensitize people. आपको sensitize करना हो, आप बहुत मारधाड़ करते हो. If I have to sensitize you, आपको शांत करना है. It's called sensitizing. Or making you aware कि ये गलत है, ये सही है. It's called sensitizing, right? Cool. Can one person be everybody? Financial analyst, market analyst, budget analyst, management analyst? Absolutely yes, Arthur. One single person can be everybody, and his name is Rajnikant. No, I'm joking. So probably you can be everything, but not at the same time. You can grow, you can do different roles, right? So for 1.5 year, you are a market research analyst. Then you switch and you start working as a financial analyst. Then 1-2 saal baad you start working as a budget analyst, right? That is what a person can do, right? एक साथ सब कुछ नहीं कर सकता. See, sensitize means giving information. Absolutely yes, Priyanka. That is what I'm saying. To making you aware कि what is right and what is wrong. That is means giving information. Sensitizing you कि ये भी हो रहा है, ये गलत है, ये सही है. This is what is happening. To make you aware is called sensitizing. Okay, awesome. Let us quickly understand what is on the screen. Key concepts जो कि I have seen a lot of you get confused in. ठीक है? Now, in this entire chapter, in this entire syllabus, पूरा BCK, Business and Commercial Knowledge में, हम लोग कंपनी को ऑर्गेनाइजेशन भी बोलेंगे, कॉर्पोरेट भी बोलेंगे, कॉर्पोरेशन भी बोलेंगे, right? It means one and the same thing. Company बोलो, organization बोलो, corporate बोलो, corporation बोलो. You call it a company, you call it an organization, you call it a corporate, or you call it a corporation. It is one and the same thing, right? Group of similar companies. PDF लोड नहीं हो रही, कोई बात नहीं. मयूर, थोड़ा सा आप अभी पढ़ लो ये वाला चैप्टर. आफ्टर दिस चैप्टर ट्राई, राइट? वो अपलोड हो जाएगी, हो गई है, थोड़ा टाइम लेगा सिस्टम, राइट? ग्रुप ऑफ सिमिलर कंपनीज इज कॉल्ड एन इंडस्ट्री. ग्रुप ऑफ सिमिलर कंपनीज, कंपनी बोलो, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बोलो, कॉर्पोरेट बोलो, कॉर्पोरेशन बोलो, एक ही चीज है. नाउ ग्रुप ऑफ सिमिलर कंपनीज इज कॉल्ड एन इंडस्ट्री, राइट? FMCG इंडस्ट्री करके सुना है? व्हाट इज FMCG इंडस्ट्री? FMCG is fast moving consumer goods. Fast moving consumer goods like your HUL, like your Patanjali, right? Like your Marico. Marico के सामान आता है, HUL का सामान आता है, right? Mondelez का सामान आता है, चॉकलेट आता है, कैडबरी का सामान आता है. कैडबरी नाम सुना है? कैडबरी, right? कैडबरी है. All these things, all these are fast moving consumer goods. साबुन, आटा, चावल, ब्रश, टूथपेस्ट, ये सब फास्ट मूविंग कंज्यूमर गुड्स है. group of similar companies, they're called industry. So FMCG industry mein all these companies fall. Okay, now industry can also be called a sector. Industry can also be called a sector. इस chapter में industry को sector भी बोलेंगे, sector industry भी बोल सकते हैं. One and the same thing. One and the same thing. Okay. Now, in this chapter, we have taken certain companies from Nifty 50, right? Nifty 50 से हमने companies उठाई हैं. But what is Nifty 50? Okay. So India में we have National Stock Exchange, जहाँ पे we have National Stock Exchange, जहाँ पे companies के shares होते हैं. Company के shares are listed on National Stock Exchange. Okay. Company के shares are listed on National Stock Exchange, and that is what यहाँ पे निफ्टी 50 क्या है? इट इज अ बेंचमार्क इंडेक्स फॉर परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ टॉप 50 कंपनीज ऑफ इंडिया लिस्टेड ऑन द नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज. अब नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज के ऊपर बहुत सारी कंपनीज के शेयर्स हैं. 10,000 कंपनी के शेयर्स हैं नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज पे. 10, बट उसमें से टॉप 50, द टॉप 50 कंपनीज की परफॉर्मेंस कैसी चल रही है, टॉप 50 कंपनीज की परफॉर्मेंस कैसी चल रही है, उसका इंडेक्स, राइट? that particular metric, that particular performance metric, this is how they are doing. Aj they grew 2%, today they fell 1%, or they in 1 year they have grown 10%, in 5 years they have grown 200%, right? So that is a benchmark index for performance of top 50 companies of India listed on the National Stock Exchange. That is called Nifty 50. That is called Nifty 50, right? Cool. Any questions? Any questions? Cadbury, Dairy Milk, Nestle, Patanjali, Cadbury, right? What is benchmark? Pooja, what is benchmark? Benchmark is comparing, right? Benchmark is comparing. Benchmark means comparing two or more things. That is called benchmark. Okay. So X versus Y. So this is benchmark, right? Y is always growing. X, how is X performing in comparison to Y? That is called benchmarking, right? That is called benchmarking. 50 good reported companies in listed stock market represent the index. That is right. Top 50, not just any 50, top 50, right? Organization and organization is same or different? Organization and organization is the same. S or Z, sir. Himank, what a question, boss. Cool. Now, अभी in all of these companies you will also see वहां पे लिखा आएगा Forbes Fortune 500 company. Like let's say you will see कि Reliance की ranking in Fortune 500 is around 170, right? Reliance की ranking is 170 in Forbes Fortune 500 companies. ये क्या है? What is this? जैसे आपका फिल्म फेयर होता है, राइट? मूवीज के लिए, बॉलीवुड के लिए वी हैव फिल्म फेयर, वी हैव IMDb फॉर मूवी रैंकिंग्स, देन क्रिटिक्स हैं जो मूवी को रेटिंग देते हैं, रैंकिंग देते हैं. सेम फॉर बिजनेसेस वी हैव फोर्ब्स. फोर्ब्स इज अ मैगजीन, ओके? फोर्ब्स इज अ बिजनेस मैगजीन which identifies 500 top 500 companies in the world, which identifies top 500 companies in the world and it gives rank 1 to 500 उनको rank देता है, right? And this ranking is what we are going to study. We are also going to identify for all these companies as well, right? It is called Nifty only. See, Nifty का full form क्या है? National 50, National 50, right? National 50. अगर मैं National 50 लिखूंगा, that means your National Stock Exchange की top 50 companies, National 50 companies, it forms N and Nifty, यहाँ से बन गया Nifty, right? National 50, right? It's called Nifty. Cool. अभी अपने को फोर्ब्स समझ आया. When we talk about rankings, जैसे फिल्मफेयर है, IMDb है, क्रिटिक की रैंकिंग्स है, सेम वैसे फोर्ब्स करता है, right? Okay. Now let us quickly understand, bhaiya, the designations that a business has. Various designations that a business has, right? अभी chairman क्या है? What is a CEO? What is an MD or CMD? Director कौन है? CFO कौन होता है? बहुत कंफ्यूजन है भैया, काम क्या करते हो? Why? How is it different? How are these designations different from each other? Very simple, very simple. Chairman, the person who owns a major portion. Now, a person who owns a major portion of the company and is the topmost level of management, तो वो है chairman. वो है chairman. CEO, Chief Executive Officer, leader of all departments, takes future-oriented decisions and leads the overall management of the company, right? The CEO reports to the chairman, right? CEO can be an employee also, right? अभी CEO can be an employee also. Chairman ने एक CEO रख लिया अपने नीचे कि भाई मेरा काम संभालो. Manage my business is what a chairman tells to a CEO. CEO can not necessarily. Chairman can also manage himself or herself, but CEO can also be an employee, right? Managing director or chief managing director, right? Person who is the part of board of directors and is concerned with ensuring that the decisions of the board of directors are being implemented, right? However, in government companies, सरकारी कंपनियों में, the managing director may act as the CEO. In sarkari companies, in government companies, the managing director may act as the CEO, and sometimes the same person may act as both CEO and MD, right? In government companies, MD को ही हम बोल सकते हैं CEO. CEO का ही काम करता है MD, right? And chief managing director, जब companies बहुत बड़ी हो जाती है, when companies become very very big, उनसे एक आदमी सब कुछ, one single person, one single human cannot manage that. So what they do is they create another level of management by creating chief managing director, which has a managing director under him or her, right, to manage the company better, right? जरूरी नहीं है सबके पास, every company has all of these people, not necessary. It really depends on how big the company is and how the company wants to manage, right? How the company wants to manage. I'll give you a classic example, but पहले director और CFO पढ़ते हैं. Head of operations, director कौन? Head of operations could be some specific department or organization. A director is reporting to the MD or the CEO, as the case may be, right? As the case may be. किसी को भी कर सकता है, MD को भी कर सकता है, CEO को भी report कर सकता है director. Depends on how the company wants it. CFO, right, reports directly to the CEO. Chief Financial Officer, majority of chartered accountants become this at the epitome of their career, right? Reports directly to the CEO. As the name suggests, this person is the head of finance for the entire organization. Most of the organizations have chartered accountants as their CFO. CFO reports directly to the CEO. CEO के नीचे CFO आता है, right? Owner and chairman are one and the same. Majority of the cases, yes, owner और chairman same ही होता है. CEO बड़ा होता है या chairman? Chairman हमेशा बड़ा होता है. Chairman हमेशा बड़ा होता है, right? यतिराज, what is Sensex? जैसे आपका निफ्टी है वैसे ही आपका सेंसेक्स है, बट सेंसेक्स आपका बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज का है और आपका निफ्टी इज फॉर नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज, राइट? असम, एनी क्वेश्चन? कुछ डाउट लग रहा है इसमें, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा, कुछ पल्ले नहीं पड़ रहा? टेल चल चल बेटी. Tell me. Any doubts, any questions, something that is not clear? Tell me quickly. I don't see any questions. Everything clear? Boys and girls, any questions, or we move to the next topic? I'm receiving your question now, Pranjal. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Where is Nifty used? Nifty is used by stock traders every single day. Nifty is used everywhere. Nifty, to everyone who is interested in stock market considers Nifty as one of the most important metric they see every first day in the morning, right? Okay. Usually, chairman becomes the CEO also. Most of the cases, yes. CEO, chairman अपना CEO वाला काम खुद ही कर लेता है. Most of the cases. Owner and chairman are the same or not. They can be. They can be. It is not mandatory, but they can be same also. Okay. So what can happen is owner and chairman. So let's say your mother is the owner of the business and she makes you as the chairperson, right? That can also happen. What does chairman do? Chairman का काम है to understand and see कि business सही चल रहा है. We have to manage everything, right? Awesome, crystal clear. Thank you. If that is clear, can CEO be the owner? Yes, absolutely. CEO can also be the owner. CEO can also be the chairman. Really depends on how the business is, right? अगर chairman को CEO नहीं चाहिए, they want to manage everything themselves, they function as the CEO, right? To whom MD or CMD reports? MD and CMD reports either to the chairman, right? Directly to the chairman. CEO को ज़्यादातर they don't report. MD, CMD, CEO, all of them report to chairman, right? Absolutely. OTC stock exchange, that is great, Ankit. You know a lot of about stock markets, huh? In government, both director and managing director may act as CEO. Absolutely, yes. Absolutely, yes. Everything clear. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, for Reliance, you will see Mukesh Ambani is the chairman, but CEO koi aur, right? We'll study that. Sensex is registered on which stock exchange? Bombay Stock Exchange. Is that possible for a single company to locate both Nifty and Sensex? Absolutely, yes. A lot of companies are on both Nifty and Sensex. दोनों जगह बेचेंगे वो अपने shares. They are selling both the places, right? I can't comment on which share is the best. The best share is your share in the piece of cake. घर में cake खरीद के लाओ, उसका आधा share खुद खाओ. That is the best share. The latest show Shark Tank is perfect for us to understand these terms. Absolutely. अगर आपने Shark Tank देखा है फिर तो बड़ा मजा आएगा. If you have not watched Shark Tank, go watch Shark Tank. एक दो एपिसोड देख लो, YouTube पे फ्री है, right? That will give you a lot of perspective. Cool. Let us understand next very important thing कि भैया स्टार्टअप क्या है, स्टार्टअप क्या चीज है. हर जगह स्टार्टअप स्टार्टअप स्टार्टअप. What is a startup? See, entrepreneur is the person who takes risk. They start a business based on a new idea using technology to solve some underlying problem, right? अभी मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम लगती है, मान लीजिए पार्किंग. In my city, I feel there is a lot of problem of parking. उसका solution I identify through technology कि it will identify कहाँ पे parking spot है. I will be able to look at my phone screen कि अच्छा यहाँ पे parking available है. I go and park my car. Right? That is a startup. That is kind of a business. I start a business based on a new idea using technology. अच्छा, every business, कोई भी कुछ भी business start करे तो startup होगा. Ideally yes, but technology use करना चाहिए. As per Government of India definition, startup should use some technology to solve some underlying problem. एक तो problem existing होनी चाहिए, and you should use technology. You should use technology to solve that problem. तो ही हम आपको startup बोलेंगे. आप कहोगे नहीं मैं अचार का business कर रहा हूँ, और बिना टेक्नोलॉजी के मैं अचार बनाना शुरू कर रहा हूँ. That is not a startup. That is not a startup. That's just a new business that you're doing. Right? So a lot of people confuse that thing कि अरे हम तो अचार बनाने का स्टार्टअप कर रहे हैं, अरे हम तो सूट बेचने का, I'm selling women suit, I'm selling कुर्तियों का काम शुरू किया है, so I'm doing a startup. No boss. Startup, the definition is there should be an underlying problem which you're solving through technology, bringing and while making money through that business model, right? And you're taking a risk that might work, that might not work. That is why it is called a startup, right? Now, startups के अंदर पैसा कौन लगाता है? How is a startup going to get money? They get from investors, from mentors, angel investors, high net worth individuals, पैसे वाले लोग, right? Rich people, global investors like big banks, right? They come and invest to gain profits, right? That is how a startup basically works, right? Cool. Your siblings won't let you take half of the share of the cake. That is what share market is also doing, right? You will not always make profits. Chairman and owner are one person or different. They can be same also. They can be different also. Yashoda, right? Is there any difference between the words entrepreneur and businessman? Yes, there is. Entrepreneur, why we call them entrepreneur is basically that is a new word of calling someone a businessman, probably, right? आजकल this is a new term we call entrepreneur. People who are taking high risk, बहुत बड़े रिस्क उठा रहे, जॉब छोड़ के काम शुरू कर दिया कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने के लिए through technology. That we call them entrepreneurs, right? Cool. Is there any difference between? Okay. The chairman is principal and MD. Chairman, CFO, CEO, directors are teachers. Probably yes. That is a great example. Your chairman is your principal of the school, and all these are your supervisors, superintendents, right? All these big HOD, science HOD, this HOD. All these are your CEOs and CFOs and directors and MDs. Good example there. Okay, what is angel investor? नाम में लिखा है angel. Okay, difference between investor and angel investor. Investor is someone who says कि नहीं, I will give you money. What will you give me? Angel investor is जो कहता है कोई बात नहीं बच्चे, आप काम कर लीजिए, मैं आपको पैसा देता. It works like an angel, comes like an angel in your life when you're doing business, and they say, boss, if no one is funding, no problem. I trust you. I will give you money. Go and do business. Angel investors are basically the first people who invest in your company, right? The very initial investors in your company, the first very few investors in your business are called angel investors. because they come in your business like angels. कोई मदद नहीं कर रहा है, they come and say no problem, let me help you, I will give you some money, you do your business and tell me if you can give me profits or not, right? Angel investors. Okay, now there's another word that comes in the market, is called unicorn. आज credit unicorn बन गया, your Upstocks is a unicorn, this company is a unicorn, Delivery is a unicorn, Flipkart is a unicorn, this unicorn, that unicorn. Every company is running to become a unicorn. But what is a unicorn? Unicorn is when your value, the business value, is more than $1 billion. When the valuation of your business is more than $1 billion, we call it a unicorn. अगर मैं INR में convert करूँ at a given dollar rate, taking average of 75 rupees per dollar, it is around 7,500 crores, right? If the value of your business is more than 7,500 crore INR, or more than, let's easy के लिए, worldwide we call it more than 1 billion. Worldwide we call it value more than 1 billion. Just to give you a perspective कि INR में कितना हुआ, it is 75,000,000,000,000,000. 9 times I'm getting zero, right? 9 zeros after 75, 7,500 crores is what a unicorn is. The value of your business. Business की value अगर $1 billion से ज़्यादा है, that is a unicorn, right? Vehicle manufacturing is an example of startup. Yes, if you are bringing something new through technology, absolutely yes. Difference between startup and entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is something that develops a startup. Okay, so it's like what is entrepreneurship and startup is similar to saying I am a student and I am studying. वो interconnected है. Student पढ़ेगा ही. Entrepreneurship will lead to startup only, right? There is no difference. A businessman need not have taken any risk. He or she may have required a business, but an entrepreneur starts a business. Essentially, yes, but if you understand it that way, that also works, right? Entrepreneur is something who starts from the scratch. Priyansha, we just explained what a unicorn is. When the value of a particular business, of a particular startup, is more than $1 billion, we call it a unicorn, right? Mukesh Ambani is the chairman or owner of the Reliance, both. Mota Bhai is both owner and chairman. Give examples of startup business: Cred, Upstock, Vedantu, Byju's, your MPA, your MPL हो गया, आपका Flipkart हो गया. All these are startups. All these are startups. और क्या? अभी तो इतने सारे startup आ गए. Hirect आ गया. Your so many startups that your Meesho is a startup, right? Piyush Bansal, Lenskart, Boat is a startup. They're doing underlying problems, right? Angel investors won't receive any share or debentures. No. That is not. Angel investors get a share in profits. ऐसा नहीं है. They do not give money for free. But they are the very first people to help you. भगवान होते हैं. Why are they called angel investors? They come like Bhagwan and they give you Ashirwad. No one is helping. Let me help you. That is why angel investor, right? How to understand business news which they are showing with green or red color arrow? That is what Ayushi. That is what stock market is. वो तो you will study in SFM, strategic financial management, final level. You will study that, right? Okay. Now, what we'll do is all our basic things, all our basic ideas, all our basic things of what to understand. Okay. Basis का we'll start understanding your companies per se, right? We'll start understanding about certain companies that we have now. We will talk about Indian companies. We will talk about global companies, right? Mama Earth, Unacademy, Urban Clap, Urban Company, right? What are HNIs? High net worth individuals. HNI, high net worth individual. I'm really happy you guys are asking questions, because these are certain things that you will have to understand going forward. ये अपने आप सीए में आपको पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा, कहीं न्यूज़ पढ़ोगे, कोई दोस्त से बात करोगे, you will understand, right? All these terms are very new to you, but they will become your daily life once you start into this, you start your journey into this course, right? Awesome. Let us now, I will switch to, अभी PPT से I will switch to your study material. हम लोग क्या करेंगे, we'll study about the companies from the study material, and I will tell you how to study about companies. ठीक है? This chapter बहुत theoretical है, इसमें concept क्या पढ़ाऊंगा. For all the concepts I've covered, what we did in the last 1 hour 15 minutes, that was entire concept. ठीक है? सारा concept we studied. Now we have to understand, like, how do we study all these companies? ये सारी companies को हम कैसे पढ़ें, right? So I will quickly change my screen to your study material. ठीक है? अभी let me go to the study material. I am at the study material now. You guys can see the study material on the screen. I hope you guys can, right? आप लोग study material देख पा रहे हैं screen पे? Sure, go ahead, Pranjal, ask your question. My voice will now be clear, right? Is it much better now? Awesome, awesome. What are business incubators? ठीक है, I'll answer that. Are we asking questions because you're making the session very? Oh, awesome. That's great, Priyansha. You're asking questions because I'm making it interesting. I'm happy if the sessions are interesting to you. What is a business incubator? बहुत आसान. Incubator क्या होता है? Whenever you have to understand a concept, think from words. ठीक है? Incubator क्या होता है? I will give you an example. अभी अंडा होता है, right? Think about an egg. A hen gives an egg, and that egg, right? Now an egg gives, now a hen gives an egg, and what happens? Okay, what happens is, where is that? Cool. Now a hen gives an egg. उस egg को we keep in an incubator. Incubator is like a, it's a small place जहाँ पे we keep all these eggs so that they can nurture and become into small chickens. Okay, उसको बोलते हैं incubator, right? Abhi, what is a business incubator is, it's like a small setup, it's like a small place, right? Place bole to it can be, let's say IIT hai, IIM Ahmedabad hai. IIM Ahmedabad has a business incubator. What this means is, they call 10-15 good promising startups or entrepreneurs कि आप IIM Ahmedabad में आइए, and we will help you. We will give you an environment where you can nurture, you can understand businesses. We will give you insights. We will give you free consultation, right? हम आपको help करेंगे आपका business to grow your business, to build your business. That is why it's called a business incubator. IITs में होता है, IIMs में होता है. Government of India has a lot of colleges around the globe. A lot of big banks have HDFC Business Incubator. There are ICICI Bank Business Incubators. They're giving those environment, they're giving resources to those businesses कि you come and grow your business. In return हमें क्या मिलेगा? They take some shares, they take some equity. So IIM Ahmedabad calls 10 businesses and say that boss, आपका हम business में help करेंगे. I see potential in you. I want to help your business. Come, I'll give you an environment where you can nurture yourself, where you can grow your business. Because IIM Ahmedabad, you have so many resources, so many good people, so many good experienced people, right? But if you come, if you are selected, and if you opt to come into my business incubator at IIM Ahmedabad, I will take 10% equity in your business. आपके business का 10% share मैं लूँगा. That is how. Like, I'm just giving you an example. कुछ भी हो सकता है, 1%, 2% भी हो सकता है, 50% भी हो सकता है. Depends on how people negotiate with them, right? So that is what a business incubator is. Awesome. Our top 50 keep on changing. ज़्यादा change नहीं होता है. One or two companies, they keep changing, but majorly that remains constant. Okay, awesome. Startup companies definitely should be public companies. Slowly, steadily, nahin. Startup companies, I think, should not be public companies instantly, because public ka paisa lagte hi. The moment people invest money, our our country's population is not that affluent still. अभी बहुत लोग गरीब हैं, and your share market is very volatile. Hard earned money, अगर किसी लोगों का चला गया, it will be very difficult for government, right? So startup companies should be public when they become thoda big, right? Otherwise, hard earned money of the population will be gone into share market. अभी फिर गवर्नमेंट को जाके बोलोगे फ्री राशन दो, फ्री सामान दो, हमारा तो पैसा सब चला गया. अब that how will that government bring that money, right? So think from that perspective also. Incubator is like Shark Tank, mostly yes. Okay, Berkshire Hathaway is one of the best companies in the world. Okay, that is great, good knowledge there. Okay, domestic amount capital is required to start a small company. In domestic leave, I don't get the question, Ankit. कुछ भी capital हो, I don't like, capital really depends on your choice of business. Cool. Okay, so what we'll study, boys and girls, in this आपका chapter is very simple. हम लोग पढ़ेंगे Indian companies, हम लोग पढ़ेंगे global companies, ठीक है? In Indian companies we will cover all these. In global companies we will cover all these companies, ठीक है? सारी कंपनीज पढ़ेंगे हम. अदानी पढ़ेंगे, एक्सिस बैंक पढ़ेंगे, हम लोग पढ़ेंगे एक्सिस बैंक, आपका एशियन पेंट्स, बजाज, भारती एयरटेल, फ्लिपकार्ट, डॉक्टर रेड्डी, A to Z, ABCD. We have kept this alphabetical, right? And आपका ये इंडियन कंपनीज पढ़ेंगे एंड ग्लोबल कंपनीज के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. Cool. And I'll tell you how to study about these companies, right? I'll tell you how you can study about these companies. Let us quickly start with Adani. Okay, let us quickly start with Adani. Adani ji क्या करते हैं? What is Adani? The Adani is Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited, right? This company is called Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited. Okay, incorporation year 1998 में incorporate हुई, owned by Adani Group, right? Headquarters in Ahmedabad. Your present chairman and MD, देखो chairman MD दोनों एक ही है. In Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited, your chairman and MD is one and the same person, Gautam Bhai Shantilal Adani. Gautam Bhai Shantilal Adani जी ही हैं आपके chairman भी, आपके MD भी, right? CEO is Karan Gautam Bhai Adani. उनके बेटे is the CEO. CFO is Deepak Maheshwari, right? Now this is how the basic information of a company looks like. Okay, coming to company का introduction. Is your Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited, APSEZ, right? This is what the company is. Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone Limited. यही तो company का नाम है, APSEZ, right? This is what the company's name is. It represents a large network of ports with India's largest SEZ at Mundra, right? Port location is integral. अभी what does it do? हमें समझ आ गया. देखो, how am I studying this particular company? I'm studying, ठीक है, I understand what the management is. I understand owner कौन है, MD कौन है, CEO कौन है और CFO कौन है. I understood. Okay. Now I'm studying about the company introduction. कि भाई it represents a large network of ports with India's largest SEZ at Mundra, right? What is SEZ? वो हम यहाँ पे पढ़ेंगे अभी बबल में, वो देखते हैं, right? Ports and terminals. It operates ports in all these locations, right? In सब locations में इसके ports हैं, right? In सब locations में it has port. Port क्या होता है? जहाँ पे ship आता है, सामान उतरता है. All these places where ships come in, you have logistics operations, right? Industrial land. Mundra is home to India's. It is like, look at this. It is saying APZ operates port in Mundra, and it's saying Mundra is the home to India's only port-led multi-product SEZ. Mundra has accrued advantages of an efficient private seaport, logistic connectivity, economic benefit, added infrastructure, therefore offering excellent investment opportunities for the business. अभी अदानी ने मुंद्रा में ही क्यों पोर्ट बनाया? अभी see, as a chartered accountant, as a management consultant, as a budget analyst, as a financial analyst, as a market research analyst, the question in your mind should come, कि अच्छा, so Adani Group operates in Mundra. यहाँ पे it is writing it represents a large network of ports in India at Mundra. मुंद्रा में क्यों खोला? केरला में क्यों नहीं खोला? जाके नीचे विशाखापट्टनम में क्यों नहीं खोला? Right? Why is it at Mundra only? Why is it at Mundra? Right? Why is it at Mundra only? Right? Mundra is in Gujarat. Okay. Now, उसने यहीं पे क्यों खोला? Because Mundra is home to India's only port-led multi-product SEZ, right? It has a private seaport, logistic connectivity है, economic benefits मिले उनको, and allied infrastructure, thereby offering excellent investment opportunity for the business, right? As a chartered accountant, as a management consultant, as a market research analyst, as a strategist, as a business owner, you need to understand कि ये business, why is it doing what is it doing? ये मुंद्रा में क्यों खुला? ये पोर्ट में क्यों गया? Right? All these answers are here because it got these good opportunity here. It got this wonderful opportunity here, and that is why it is what it has done here, right? That is why it has started its business at Mundra, right? Mundra has accrued advantages of an efficient private seaport, logistic connectivity, economic benefits, and allied infrastructure. Cool. SEZ, Special Economic Zone. Special Economic Zone क्या होता है? Now the question is, भाई Special Economic Zone क्या होता है? It is a specified defined area set up by the government where special benefits like tax holidays, free electricity and water for industries, cheap lease rental are offered, right? I think I explained this earlier also. What happens is SEZ, Special Economic Zone. Your SEZ, by definition, what does government say? Government को क्या चाहिए? Government says कि boss, I want to increase employment and overall GDP of the country. I want to increase employment and overall GDP of the country, right? So उसके लिए I will create a certain area. So let's say ये आपका इंडिया का मैप है, right? This is your इंडिया का मैप. Now government says कि I want, यहाँ पे I want a SEZ, यहाँ पे I want development, then I want development here, I want development in this state, I want development in this state, then I want development in this state, I want development in this state. इन्होंने ऐसे एक SEZ areas बना दिए, special economic zones बना दिए, right? Why? So that यहाँ पे employment opportunity बढ़े. But why will a business come to this place? Because you are giving them special benefits. Special economic zone है, special benefits दोगे इनको, like tax holidays. अगले for the next 5 years you do not have to pay any taxes, right? Free electricity देंगे. आप इस area में आके you start your business, we will give you free electricity, free water, cheap lease rental, land बहुत सस्ता देंगे. You get all these benefits. Businesses get all these benefits in special economic zones, and that is why they come and do business here. Similarly, मुंद्रा में SEZ बनाया गया. मुंद्रा में SEZ बनाया सरकार ने, गवर्नमेंट ने, and Adani used this opportunity to come in Mundra SEZ, right? And that is why it is there in Mundra SEZ, right? Great question, Nikhil. What is logistics and logistics connectivity? Super duper simple English words. I will explain anyway, but really kind request, right? You guys need to really start studying newspaper. You guys really need to start studying some good business thing. Instagram पे जाके आप business का ही कोई channel follow कर लीजिए. Economic Times कर लो, Business Standard कर लो. सिर्फ 5-6 दिन पढ़ो. Just read about that. You will find so many new words, right? That your mind will blow. कि यार इतना कुछ हमें पता ही नहीं था. We are so ignorant. We know nothing, right? And there is so much to learn. What is logistics? Logistics is movement of goods. ठीक है? Logistics क्या है? Let's say आपको महाराष्ट्र से सामान दिल्ली पहुंचाना है, right? महाराष्ट्र से दिल्ली पहुंचाना है सामान. बीच में क्या आएगा? बीच में आपको ट्रक आएगा. यहाँ पे ट्रक में सामान चढ़ेगा. ट्रक लाके आपको यहाँ मध्य प्रदेश के वेयर हाउस में ट्रक सामान उतार देगा. यहाँ से देयर विल बी अनदर ट्रक दैट विल टेक योर गुड्स फ्रॉम मध्य प्रदेश टू दिल्ली के वेयर हाउस में उतार देगा. All this setup is called logistics. Movement of goods from one place to another is called logistics, and that is called logistics connectivity. जैसे महाराष्ट्र से मध्य प्रदेश, मध्य प्रदेश से दिल्ली, दिल्ली से पंजाब, पंजाब से कश्मीर, कश्मीर से लद्दाख, राइट? ये पूरी लॉजिस्टिक्स कनेक्टिविटी होती है. सो महाराष्ट्र के नागपुर के संतरे, ऑरेंजेस ऑफ नागपुर हैव टू गो टू लद्दाख. सो नागपुर से दे विल गो टू मध्य प्रदेश, फॉर मध्य प्रदेश टू दिल्ली, दिल्ली से पंजाब, पंजाब से कश्मीर, कश्मीर से इट विल गो टू लद्दाख की किसी शॉप में. दिस इज लॉजिस्टिक्स कनेक्टिविटी, राइट? Great question, Ayushi. What is APSEZ? That is what I was explaining. What is APSEZ? मैम, कंपनी का ही नाम है APSEZ. ये देखिए, अदानी पोर्ट्स एंड स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन लिमिटेड, यही तो कंपनी का नाम है. ए अदानी, पी पोर्ट, स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन, APSEZ. This is what APSEZ is. ठीक, awesome. Let us go on. आगे पढ़ते हैं कि क्या लिखा है इसमें. Okay. Now what it is saying is कि business in news. APSEZ is ranked 1489 on Forbes world's largest public corporation list of 2021. Forbes जो magazine, जैसे आपका FinFare वगैरह, I just told you, they have ranked this company as 1489. पूरे वर्ल्ड में 1489 इस कंपनी की रैंक है. It is smaller than 1489 companies and it is bigger than so many more companies, right? What happens is in March 2019, India's largest private port operator recorded cargo movement of more than 200 million metric tons. इतना सारा इसने transportation logistics का निकाला, 200 metric tons. Ideally, from examination perspective, ऐसे questions नहीं आएंगे. You will not see questions from the news, right? कि कितने मेट्रिक टन अदानी ने सामान निकाला, हाउ मच मेट्रिक टन्स डिड अदानी यूज और टेक आउट इन दिस पर्टिकुलर एरिया. दैट विल नॉट हैपन, राइट? दैट विल नॉट हैपन. ये क्वेश्चंस ऐसे एग्जाम में यू विल नॉट गेट दिस क्वेश्चंस. दिस इज जस्ट फॉर योर नॉलेज. दिस इज जस्ट हाउ यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड द कंपनी, राइट? रैंकिंग आ सकती है, रैंकिंग कैन कम इन द एग्जामिनेशन. कूल, ओके. Similarly, next company, let us quickly go to Asian Paints Limited. Asian Paints incorporated 1942, headquarters in Mumbai. Present, again see, chairman and MD same hai. Amit Singhal is your chairman and MD. CFO is R. Jayamurugan. Okay, now, company का introduction क्या है? What does this company do? Company करती क्या है? Right? Asian Paints operates in 16 countries. Now I will tell you how I read this chapter. Okay, now I wouldn't read everything when I'm studying this chapter. एक line पढ़ने जाऊंगा, I will never remember. I will tell you how I read this. Okay, now I will see incorporation 1942. I will have to remember. Headquarters Mumbai. Okay, Asian Paints is Mumbai की company. Chairman and MD Amit Singhal. CFO R. Jayamurugan. I will have to remember this. I will have to remember this. Probably ये learn करना ही पड़ेगा, right? Now, when I'm talking about introduction, how I'm reading this para is, okay, operates in 16 countries. That means it is MNC, multinational company, right? Operates in 16 countries, 26 manufacturing facilities in the world. 16 countries में 26 factories हैं in the world which serve consumers in over 65 countries. Okay, इसके operation 16 countries में है, but it is selling its goods in 65 countries. Okay, it manufactures a wide range of paints for decorative industrial use. ठीक है. Research and technology division has, okay, so it has a dedicated research and technology division which has over 200 highly qualified scientists for technological development. It is India's leading and Asia's fourth largest paint company. ये तो मुझे याद रखना पड़ेगा. It is India's leading, it is India की number 1 paint company and Asia's fourth largest paint company. Today, it is double the size of any other paint company in India. It is number 1 in India and it is double the size of any other paint company in India. So its next immediate competitor is half of what it is, right? Size में आधा है. Okay. The nearest rivals. Okay. Who are the competitions of Asian Paint? Kansai Nerolac Paints. हाँ, मुझे Nerolac Paints पता है. Shalimar Paints, Jensen and Nicholson, Berger Paints, right? So all these are competitors. Nerolac, Berger, Shalimar. All these are competitors of Asian Paints. Okay, understood. Philosophy. Why are they doing paint business? इनको paint business ही क्यों करना है भाई? What is their mission and vision? Asian Paints aims to become one of the top 5 decorative coating companies worldwide by using expertise in emerging markets. Okay, so what it is saying, iska vision kya hai? Where do they want to take their company? They're saying they aim to become one of the top 5 decorative coating companies in the world. अभी इंडिया में नंबर 1 है, एशिया में नंबर 4 है. Now they want to become number 1 in the world. They want to become number 1 in the world, right? That is what they want to do. They want to become number 1 in the world. Awesome, right? Got it. Any questions that are coming to you? कुछ समझना चाह रहे हैं? I have discussed the pattern, Jagriti, starting first session 10 minutes. I have discussed the pattern of BCK. If you have missed it, go watch session number 1, right? Oh, that's a great insight, Pooja. Logistics word is taken from military. Okay, I never knew that. Good information. Who is the owner of Asian Paints? We'll come to that. You will see यहाँ पे नीचे Asian Paints किसने शुरू किया था. See, present head Amit Singhal है, chairman and MD. He is the owner of Asian Paints, right? He is the owner of Asian Paints. Got it. Cool. Now, what is the philosophy? Is they want to become number 5 in the world. Portfolio of the company. भाई क्या क्या business करते हैं? What all things do they sell? What is their portfolio? What all the product and services do they sell to their customers? कौन सी products and services they offer, they sell to their customers, right? Asian Paints manufactures wide range of paints for decorative and industrial use. In decorative paints, Asian Paints is present in all 4 segments, right? Look at this. The portfolio of the company. They produce, they sell interior wall, they sell exterior wall के paint, enamels बेचते हैं and wood finishes भी बेचते हैं, right? घर के अंदर की दीवारें, घर की बाहर की दीवारें, enamels and wood finishes. Enamel means on metal के ऊपर जो do black paint, that also they sell. Wood के paint also is what Asian Paint sells, right? So as a portfolio of the company, they're selling all these products like interior wall finishes, exterior wall finishes, enamels and wood finishes as well, right? We'll come to quiz, Shiva. We'll come to quiz. पहले companies के बारे में पढ़ तो लें थोड़ा सा, right? Cool. Now let us understand about number 3. हमने क्या पढ़ा? We studied about Adani, who is a port company which is working in logistics. We just studied about Asian Paints, right? Asian Paints industry. Now let's study about Axis Bank. Axis Bank तो हम सबको पता है, right? Axis Bank तो हम सबको पता है. What is Axis Bank? Axis Bank क्या करता है वो तो हम सबको पता है भैया. We know what Axis Bank does, right? This is exactly understood. Absolutely, yes. This is the latest study material. This is the latest study material we are referring. This is the latest study material that we are referring. Cool. Can we go to Axis Bank? Awesome. Axis Bank क्या कर रहा है? Right? Axis Bank is incorporated 1993. Headquarters again Mumbai. Present MD CEO Amitabh Chaudhary and CFO being Puneet Sharma. Okay, remember these names. You will have to remember. You don't have a choice, right? Now, let us go and understand कि ये company की शुरुआत कैसे हुई. How did Axis Bank come into picture, right? Okay. Axis Bank is one of the first new generation private sector banks. Okay, so even if the MD and CEO, now think about, acha, this is a good point. Okay, now let's say abhi Puneet Sharma is the CFO, but aap news mein padho ki Axis Bank ka CFO has changed. The name of the CFO and MD, what is there in the study material, latest study material will be applicable for examination perspective. Okay, for examination perspective, the names in the latest study material will only be applicable, right? अभी after ऐसे तो हर दिन कैसे change करेंगे study material, right? It is not feasible for the institute to keep changing the study material every day when people are changing, right? So what is there in the latest study material, those names are relevant for examination. Okay, cool, makes sense. Axis Bank is one of the first new generation private sector banks to have begun operations in 1994. The bank was promoted in 1993 jointly by Unit Trust on India, then known as Unit Trust of India, LIC, General Insurance Corporation, National Insurance Company, the New India Insurance. इतनी सारी कंपनीज ने मिलके ये बैंक बनाया था, राइट? इतनी सारी कंपनीज, all these companies, LIC, GIC, and National Insurance Company, New India Insurance Company, Oriental Insurance Company, United India Insurance Company. The shareholding of Unit Trust was subsequently transferred to SUUIT, an entity established in 2003. So what it says is, Axis Bank 1993 में बना था, मुंबई में headquarters हैं, and it was started by so many other companies. All these companies came together to start a bank. LIC, GIC, National Insurance, Unit Trust of India. All these companies came together कि चलो हम अपना एक बैंक start करते हैं. And that is how they created Axis Bank. Right? Overseas operations में देखो अगर, so Dubai, Dhaka, Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Hong Kong, overseas subsidiary in London, UK. It also has its operations. It also has its subsidiaries, right? It also has its subsidiaries in Hong Kong, Dubai, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, Dhaka, right? Sharjah, and even in London, right? यहाँ पे भी इनका business है. Philosophy, vision and mission क्या है? करना क्या चाहते हैं और बैंकिंग क्यों कर रहे हैं? Why are they doing what they're doing? Number one, vision, to be preferred financial solution provider to the customer, right? They want that everyone who wants a banking service should come to the Axis Bank because they use smart use of technology, right? They want to use the technology as much as possible for the customer's betterment, and they want all the customers to come to Axis Bank only, right? That is what the vision is. Core value, customer centricity, ethics, transparency, teamwork, and ownership, right? Customer centricity होना चाहिए, ethics होना चाहिए, transparency, teamwork, and ownership is what they thrive on. They thrive on customer centricity, ethics, transparency, teamwork, and ownership, right? That is their core values. कि customer center पे हो, teamwork हो, ownership हो, people do but with a sense of ownership. They think that Axis Bank is their own bank, right? Now, what kind of portfolio of services? क्या services does Axis Bank give, right? Retail banking, corporate banking, and international banking. तीन चीजों में इन्होंने अपना काम बांट लिया. What they're saying is, we do retail banking, we do corporate banking, we do international banking. Retail banking like you and me, small personal banking account, card, credit card, debit card, internet banking, ATM, right? Insurance, financial advisory, mutual funds, ये सब करके देंगे. Corporate banking में they are giving loans, syndication, treasury, investment banking, trustee services, right? Share market में they are helping people to get into share market. IPO ला रहे हैं, initial public offering ला रहे हैं. They are giving out loans, they are giving out business loans, they are giving out export and import loans, right? They're helping in export and import transactions. All of that is corporate banking. Then we have international banking, right? International banking, देखो ऊपर वहाँ लिखा था ना कि they work in Dubai, Sharjah, all these places also they are working, right? Dubai, Sharjah, London, Hong Kong, Dhaka, Abu Dhabi. अभी that is what they're doing. International business में what they're doing is they're doing the same thing. वहाँ पे they're giving international banking, corporate banking, trade, insurance. हांगकांग के वहाँ पे आपके अकाउंट्स खोल सकते हो, सेविंग अकाउंट खोल सकते हो, वहाँ पे you can work, वहाँ पे they'll give you same services like in India in the overseas branches, right? Cool. See, यहाँ पे what giving is Axis Bank we only given MD and CEO. So why don't we have a chairman? Axis Bank का chairman अभी है ही नहीं. Even if they are, they keep changing or they do not recognize them as the management के top पे. CEO and MD is taking all the decisions, right? See, Preeti, so any questions out of this syllabus regarding these companies? No. Very honestly, exam questions will be from the study material, right? And I can also assure you it will be not from the आपका news वाला thing कि कितने टन बेचा, from where this company. The business in news, only the ranking part is really important, or some awards. अगर कोई company के बारे में we go down, we'll study some of the companies have rewards also and awards also. That this company has got this award, that company has got that award. When we talk about awards, then those questions might come, but generally out of syllabus questions, out of the book questions will not come. Okay. What is investment banking? What is syndication? What is teamwork? Very simple, sir. Very good questions. This is what I'm here for, to help you understand. Cool. Okay. Now, when I talk about syndication, when I talk about, let's say, when I talk about आपका private equity or retail liability or investment banking, all these are banking services. Syndication क्या होता है? Syndication is giving banks, bringing together a few banks and giving out loans. अकेले नहीं दूंगा, दो चार banks के साथ मिलके I will give you a loan, क्योंकि your loan is very risky. So what I'll do is Axis will call up SBI, boss, थोड़ा सा loan देना है, will you want to share risk? They will call up HDFC, boss, thoda sa loan dena hai, would you want to take some risk? Let us all three come together and give this loan. Syndication. What is investment banking? Investment banking kya hota hai? Investment banking is basically आपको underwriting करना है. Your company is getting into share market. Your shares are coming in the share market. Investment banking company will help you. Now the bank has so much money. Bank has 1 lakh crore rupees in their assets, right? So investment bank को phone करेंगे, investment banking services लेंगे, and they will say कि boss, हम इतना बड़ा पैसा manage करते हैं. If your company has some money, so let's say I'm a business person, and I tell कि I have 1,000 crore rupees. Hello Axis Bank, I have 1,000 crore rupees. Where should I invest? How should I invest? Axis Bank says, boss, no problem. Give us your 1,000 crores. We will invest in Africa. Africa business, we will invest in some business in Africa and we will give you good returns. Investment banking, right? What is teamwork? मिलजुल के Indian cricket team का teamwork है. बुमराह बॉल करेगा, अगर जडेजा कैच नहीं करेगा तो बुमराह का बॉल वेस्ट है. They have to work as a team. That is teamwork, right? What is private equity? Private equity is again private equity मतलब private पैसा, not public पैसा. So private पैसा is high net worth individual. जैसे let's say you're owners of Haldiram, or if you are the owner of very big company, right? Your business is 100, 200 crore rupees business. You are a very rich person. Now you want to invest your money. So you invest your money in startups. You want to invest your money into small other businesses. Bank help करता है, उसको बोलते हैं private equity. They take money privately from you, invest in some other company, right? Private equity, private आदमी को equity, they give equity shares to a private individual, not in the share market. If you go to the share market, that is public equity, that is public का पैसा, that is general public. But private equity is when a certain individual, certain group of individuals का पैसा लेके you invest something, right? Cool. I hope those questions answer. Does the rank of company also keeps changing frequently? Every year change. ये 2021 की है, 2022 में it will change. Every year their ranking changes. Who is the owner of Axis Bank? Priyanka, no one is the owner of Axis Bank. ये देखो क्या लिखा हुआ है, यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है? ध्यान से पढ़िए. It was started by LIC, GIC, इतने सारी गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज ने मिलके एक एक्सिस बैंक खोला था. And this is what Axis Bank की ownership is. All these companies own Axis Bank. All these companies own Axis Bank, right? That they are the owners of Axis Bank, right? Why Syndicate Bank changed its name to Canara Bank? There would be some. ये पढ़ना पड़ेगा आपको, right, Priyanka? Like, why did they change? Because there was some strategic change, right? कुछ strategy change किया होगा. Oh, so syndicate is what they're using in Pushpa movie. Syndicate मतलब वही है ना, टीम बना के, syndicate बना के हम जाएंगे. So Pushpa में what they're saying is all the people come together and fight the villain. Syndicate बनाओ. Similarly, banks create a syndicate. आप HDFC आप भी आ जाओ, SBI आप भी आ जाओ, मिलके लोन देते हैं. Let's build up a syndicate. Let's build up a team and then give out loans, right? Cool. Is Axis Bank a government bank? No, it is not a government bank. Axis Bank is one of the first new generation private sector bank. Government bank नहीं है, private sector bank है, right? Axis Bank is a partnership firm, as shown is a partnership firm. It is not a partnership firm. It is a limited company, sir. ये देखो, Axis Bank is a limited company. Axis Bank के shares हैं share market में, right? इसके shares हैं share market में. It's a limited company. It's a limited company, right? It's not a partnership firm. Cool. On the news part, Axis Bank ranked 585 on the Forbes World Largest Public Corporation List 2021. It ranked 254th on Forbes World's Largest Best Employers List, right? One of India's largest private sector banks announced its opening qualified innovation placement to raise funds of 12,500 crores, right? It has raised around 12,500 crores from the general public, right? 585 rank hai, 254 is also its rank in the world, right? How can you become a CEO or a CFO? By first completing your education, right? And then work hard in your company to become a CEO or the CFO. Not very tough, but you just need to be very, like, work with perseverance. Company shows amount of private equity in the books of accounts. It yes. Under its asset, under its investment, it does. Investment. What is equity? Pooja, what is equity? Equity क्या है? Share ownership. Ownership is called equity. Ownership is called equity. Okay. Equity क्या है? Ownership है. I'll give you example. अभी example देते हैं आपको. एक आपने साइकिल खरीदी, right? You bought a cycle. This is your cycle. This is your cycle. ये आपने साइकिल खरीदी, ठीक है? This is your cycle. अभी this cycle is owned by you and your brother or sister. Let's say, ठीक है? You and your brother and sister own this cycle. तो 50-50 है. आधा आपका है, आधा उनका है. So this is 50-50 ownership. Right, 50-50 ownership. अरे ये तो गायब हो गया. So your equity is basically your ownership. Equity is basically your ownership. Now ownership is equity. अभी equity मतलब ownership मतलब equity. Same होता है कंपनी के अंदर. जैसे बॉस थोड़ा सा ownership हमको दो, because once I have the ownership, I have access to profits. Once I have ownership, I have access to profits. Right? Okay. Are there any differences between founders and promoters? Generally no, but yes. Right? Generally no, but yes. Another example, sir. Another example ले लो. You start a company X. You start a company X. You are the founder. You are the founder. Right? You are the founder. But आपके माता पिताजी give money to you. Your parents are giving you 1 lakh rupees. Go start your business, and then they're telling their friends, this is what my son or my daughter has started. Come buy their products. क्योंकि उन्होंने भी पैसा लगाया business में. So they're asking people, they're promoting that business initially. You are the founder, your parents are the promoters. Simple. That is the difference. Similarly, आप खुद का पैसा लगाओगे, you are the promoters, you are the founder, right? Very good question. Very good question. Let's see. I have 7 minutes. Okay. I want to clear this for you guys. A very good point raised. If Axis Bank is a private sector bank, okay. If it is a private sector bank, तो इसने limited क्यों लगाया? Why is it not private limited? Axis Bank limited क्यों है? If it is a private sector bank, why is it not private limited? Great question. Great question. I will spend next 7 minutes to explain this only. Companies तो हम next session में भी पढ़ लेंगे. Very quickly. आपको एक बारी concept समझ आ जाएगा ना? We'll run through all these companies. But अभी I think what is more important is understanding the concept. ठीक है? Okay. Let me just quickly, what I'll do is, give me one second. ठीक है. हम लोग PPT में चलते हैं. Let me just take you to a blank page. ठीक है? Let me quickly create a blank page. Give me 1 second, guys. I will just quickly create a blank page for you so that concept clear हो जाए. एक बार concept clear हो जाएगा ना, तो बड़ा मजा आ जाएगा. Okay. Let me just clear this. पूरा उठा के गायब कर देते हैं. There we go. And I'm presenting. कहाँ गया? Cool. हाँ, yeah. Let me know once you can see my screen. I'll start drawing to explain certain things which are very important. Okay. Very important topic. You can see my drawing, right? I am drawing something I say randomly. You can see the screen. We will spend next 5 minutes on this super duper important topic, and then next session में हम लोग सारी companies complete कर लेंगे. I'm pretty sure. आपको concept समझ आ जाएगा. Companies तो पढ़नी है, right? You guys can see the screen. I'll draw very important concept now. You guys can see it, right? Please give me a yes or no very quickly. Yes, there is a difference between private limited and sector. That is what we'll solve, Satar. Awesome. Chalo. Let us quickly understand this. Okay. There is a company. Okay. I call it a company. A company can be private limited company, or it can be a public limited company, right? This is what we all know. But I'll take you to a different thing. ठीक है? ये तो हमको पता ही है, right? But there is something which is even bigger than this. Now understand this. For life, I will clear your concept. Okay? Now think. Company hai. There are 3 types of companies. Okay? 3 types of companies. There is a private company. Okay? There is a private company, and then there is a public company, right? There is a private company and there is a public company, and then there is a government company. Okay? Then there is a government company. Private company, public company, government company. Okay? Private company is a company जिसमें the money, the paisa, the capital is infused, the capital is given by some individual, right? Some groups of individual. हम 3-4 दोस्त ने मिलके company बना दी, 3-4 friends, or I single-handedly created a company. I put in all the money. I and my brother put all the money. I and my father and mother put all the money. That is a private company. What is a public company? Public company is when we go to the public. We say, "Arey, Sharma ji, like Kapoor ji, Bhatia ji, come and invest money in our company. We are starting this business. Come and invest money. Everyone, I call out everyone, come and invest money in my company." That is a public company. Public, general public से पैसा ले रहे हैं हम लोग. That is public company. Then there is a government company. Government company means जिसमें government owns more than 51%. More than 51% of the ownership is owned by government. उसको बोलते हैं government company. Okay, it is called government company. Now, private company समझ आ गया. Private company के at the end of a company X, Y, Z, private limited. We write private limited. Okay, we write private limited. Public company के बाद there are two kinds of public companies. Okay, there are two kinds of public companies. There are two kinds of public companies. There are listed companies. Listed company होती है, and then there is unlisted company, and then there is unlisted companies, right? Listed companies and unlisted companies. Listed company and unlisted public company. Listed company वो है, listed public company is the company which collects money from the public through stock exchange, right? जो स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में जाके पब्लिक से पैसा कलेक्ट करती है, दैट इज कॉल्ड अ लिस्टेड पब्लिक कंपनी. दैट इज ऑन द नेशनल स्टॉक, जिसके शेयर्स मार्केट में है. व्हेन आई से a company's shares are in the share market, it is a listed public company. It is listed on the stock exchange. स्टॉक एक्सचेंज के ऊपर लिस्टेड है, उसकी लिस्ट में उसका नाम है. इट इज अ लिस्टेड स्टॉक एक्सचेंज कंपनी, राइट? इट इज अ लिस्टेड पब्लिक कंपनी. There are unlisted public companies which also take money from the public only, but stock exchange में नहीं है, from private placement. वो private placement से what they call up. So ये क्या करेंगे? फोन करेंगे एक्सिस बैंक को. एक्सिस बैंक में if you see the study material, Axis Bank gives a corporate service. The corporate service is called private placement, right? अभी एक्सिस बैंक को कॉल करता हूँ, आई एम एन अनलिस्टेड पब्लिक कंपनी, आई वांट मनी फ्रॉम द पब्लिक, बट मुझे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज नहीं जाना, बहुत खर्चा है स्टॉक एक्सचेंज में, मुझे नहीं करना उतना खर्चा, आई डोंट वांट टू स्पेंड सो मच मनी. सो आई कॉल अप एक्सिस बैंक, आई कॉल अप एचडीएफसी बैंक एंड आई से, बॉस, I want money, get me money from rich people. Get me money from rich people. I am a business. I want to develop a big factory. I want to develop a factory of electric vehicles. I want 100 crore rupees. Find people who want to invest in my business. Axis Bank jaake finds out 7-8 people, right? And it brings, and then they tell people to invest money in this company. I am still a public company. I have money from the public. I have money from the public, but I'm not listed on the stock exchange. I am an unlisted public company, right? I am an unlisted public company. पैसा कैसे आया? Through private placement. Private placement हो गई मेरी. Private placement by using banks. Axis Bank has इतना सारा information. Axis Bank knows कि how much money do you have, right? If you have an account in Axis Bank, Axis Bank को पता है आपके पास कितना पैसा है. वो आपको फोन करेगा, सर आपके बैंक में 15 करोड़ रुपए पड़े. There are 15 crores in your bank. Do you want to invest 5 crores? I have an excellent opportunity. You say, ठीक है, I want to tell me what the opportunity is. And then you decide, ठीक है, let me invest that 5 crore rupees. And you invest in this public unlisted company. This is all what Axis Bank does. Now, there is another company called government company, right? Government company है. अब I will tell you what is happening. ये देखो. Now, create a box like this. एक ये बॉक्स है, एक ये बॉक्स है, राइट? एनी कंपनी विच इज गवर्नमेंट कंपनी इज कॉल्ड पब्लिक सेक्टर कंपनी, राइट? गवर्नमेंट कंपनीज आर कॉल्ड पब्लिक सेक्टर कंपनीज, ओके, आर कॉल्ड पब्लिक सेक्टर कंपनीज. Public companies which are listed, unlisted, private, anything, they are called private sector. They are called private sector. They are called private sector. Okay. Now, this is the difference. They are called private sector. Listed company जो है public, वो अपने नाम के पीछे लिखती है XYZ Limited. Unlisted company अपने नाम के पीछे लिखती है XYZ Limited. Both write limited. How do you identify it is listed or not? That you will have to check on stock exchange. Stock exchange पे जाके आपको पता चल जाएगा if it is listed or unlisted. But public companies अपने नाम के पीछे limited लगाती हैं. Private companies use private limited. All these public companies also, private companies also are called private sector. Government companies are called public sector. right? Now, Axis Bank. Axis Bank is a private sector bank. Is a private sector bank. It is listed on the stock exchange. It has taken money from general public. It has taken money from the government. But government does not own more than 51%. अगर Axis Bank में government owns more than 51%, if Axis Bank में government owns more than 51%, then it is a public sector bank. Then it is a government owned public sector bank. But abhi government doesn't own more than 51%. So general public owns more than 51%. It is a private sector bank which is a listed company. इसलिए उसके नाम के पीछे है Axis Bank Limited, right? इसलिए उसके नाम के पीछे Axis Bank Limited, right? We are already almost 2-3 minutes over time. Quickly, last 2 minutes, any questions, then we'll stop here and we'll start with companies in the next session. 2 minutes, ask any questions that you have. If a private company is subsidiary of a government company, is it a public company? Essentially, yes, but really depends. But agar it is wholly owned by the government, then it is a public company. Do we issue IPO for being listed? Absolutely, yes. IPO is to be listed. Stock exchange में जाते हैं, कहते हैं हमारे shares आप list कर लीजिए. You list my company in the stock exchange and I want money from the general public, right? IPO is listing of your company. Absolutely, you got the point, right? Quickly, very quickly, any questions? If not, I hope all the things are clear for today, right? Understood. A non-executive chairman. See, we'll come to that, Himank, right? Non-executive chairman we have in the coming up companies. I'll explain it when we see that in the book, right? अभी explain करूँगा, confuse हो जाओगे, right? Awesome. Axis Bank is a private sector public listed company. Absolutely. Perfect. Now you got it. I will upload. After this class, I'll upload chapter 3 wala also. Anchor investors also will study. Priyanka, anchor investors also will study. Good concepts. You can probably Google also. Abhi to I don't have time. In the next class, if I have time, I'll explain that. Good, interesting concepts, right? I will get my name added, Avni. I have requested the team to add my name in the feedback form. I will request them again because I really want to hear from you what is something that I should improve and what is something that I'm doing good, right? I also want to hear that. Awesome. What should an unlisted company should do to become a listed company? They should go to stock exchange and tell them, boss, हमको list करा दो, right? थोड़ा सा तो list करा दो. That is how you become a listed company. Stock exchange, national stock exchange, go to Bombay Stock Exchange, tell them, boss, I want to get listed, right? Private equity, we explained everything. Pranjal, आपका private equity I've explained in the same session. You will have to see the recording. Cool. Last 30 seconds. Any questions, guys? Private equity, Pranjal, we have done. Thank you so much. Awesome. Let us wrap up for today. Next session, we'll do the companies. फटाफट पढ़ लेंगे. Companies तो फटाफट we'll read through because now you get the concept. अब concept समझ आ गया तो company सिर्फ पढ़ने की चीज है. You will have to remember the names and dates. उसका कोई option नहीं है, right? So we'll do that. I hope you enjoyed the session. I'll get my name added to the feedback form. And I will see you in the next session, guys. Be prepared with your study materials, right? Study materials से पढ़ेंगे chapter number 3. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Take good care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.